you or anything, but did you see the movie Skyfall?
No.
You gotta see it. You look just like Q. Q was the guy that always had the inventions.
Yeah.
Now he's young and he's a computer person. You look just like him. You gotta watch the movie.
All right.
I mean, you could have been there instead of him. Glasses and the hair's about fixed the same way.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
maybe I'll not say that or I won't get approved.
I can't say I don't know him.
All right, let's properly open the meeting, guys.
Call the meeting to order, please. All right. First and foremost, I'd like to point out where our fire exits are. Just to my left here to this door, and then straight ahead through the door which we all came in today. Next, could we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, before the legal notice, I just have a couple of administrative notes. We are missing members, we have lost members, we do have a quorum tonight, but because of the 3 people here, we need a supermajority. Paul, you remember the last meeting, we needed a supermajority. That means everyone has to vote together, otherwise there's not enough votes to carry, okay? So if it's not unanimous, it falls to the floor, and it's not approved or denied, you just have to come back, or, you can withdraw. And then there's another administrative note, maybe Pat should do this, but the other applicant formally withdrew.
Mr. Tunke.
That's for 125 Taylor Drive.
So that is now officially withdrawn. And when you're ready, we can have the legal notice.
I'm going to do a roll call
Yes,
first. Member Sprata,
Here.
Member Yarborough. Here. And Acting Chairman Delaney.
Here.
Please take notice that the Zoning Board of Appeals of the Village of Depew will hold a public hearing on May 12th, 2022 at 7 p.m. in the council chambers of the municipal building, 85 Manitow Street, Depew, New York, to consider the application of William Hammond for the property located at 134 Burlington Avenue of Chapter 260, subset 260, 23B2, to allow him to construct a garage within the required 5-foot setback from lot line. A pre-board meeting will begin at 6:30 p.m. in the OEM office/conference room of the municipal building, 85 Manitow Street, Depew, New York. Any and all persons interested in such application will be heard at this time.
Okay. Let's
Well, I own the property at 134 Burlington, and the garage is only 10 foot from my house. So I can't have anything flammable, any wooden structure within 10 foot of my house, which denies me even putting on a deck, which I'd like to have in the back. And I want to set the garage back 15 feet. I've gotten permission from all the bordering neighbors, and they don't have a problem with it. Matter of fact, it needs siding, and I'm going to do that. It's part of the deal, so they're all for it. But yeah, it's not a big deal. I don't think. I had a picture there of where it's going. It's just going to be moved back onto a grassy part of my property now, and it's not really a big deal. I don't think it is, anyways. But
could you? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but could you state your name for the record, please?
it's Harold William Hammond, but they nicknamed me Bill after my middle name, and so I didn't know I was Harold until 5th grade. The teacher started calling me Hal and Harry when I left school. I said, "Who are you talking to?" "I'm Bill." He said, "No, come up and look at the directory." "Wait, my name's Harold."
Okay, Mr. Hammond. Do we have any questions from our board members? Member Sprata, any questions?
Not really. You're on an irregular shaped lot, so I can see why you would want a variance from the setbacks.
Yeah.
And what you want to do with the existing garage will, I think, be a tremendous improvement.
Well, I'll actually be moving it away from my house
Right.
and away from the neighbor's house.
Yes.
which, you know, in the event of a fire, it's gonna be a plus plus, you know.
Yeah.
Anything further?
Oh, and you said you were gonna put gutters and.
Right. And I've already discussed that with Kenny, my neighbor to the west. If it became a problem,
With the
I used to
water
work at callbacks. I'll put a daylight drain in there.
Yeah.
And there's enough pitch that I can run a drain all the way out to, that has storm sewer.
Yeah.
That portion of Burlington has storm sewer. I used to work at callbacks, so this is,
I know you.
it's not a big deal for me, you know, to get equipment or to do anything like that, but all I know is it's hard for me to mow my lawn back there and his because it was so wet this year.
Oh, I know. You're
Yeah.
not the only one. That's all I have.
Okay.
Thank you.
Member Yarborough, anything?
No, I just said that I was impressed that your neighbors all signed letters saying that they approved of what you want to do.
Yes, they all have, you have that in the packet, I think,
Yes.
yeah.
Anything from code enforcement on this?
Nope, we discussed it thoroughly with them. I think it's a good idea. Being able to move it back, which lessens the chances of a fire in case of an emergency. It also will give him a better use of his backyard to be able to swing his vehicle into there, you know, from where it is now. It's going to go on a better foundation, getting it sided, new gutters, and sprucing it up will make the neighborhood look better, so I think it's a good idea.
Anything from legal?
Nothing from me. Everything appears to be in order, and I appreciate you coming out tonight.
I thank you.
And then with that said, I'd like to go over the criteria for an area variance that you filled out as part of this packet here. There's 6 criteria when considering an area variance. So I'm going to read those and your answers to them. Number 1, will an undesirable change be produced in the character of the neighborhood or a detriment to nearby properties be created by granting of the area variance?
No,
You wrote no, and that is true. Number 2, can the benefits sought by you, the applicant, be achieved by some other method other than an area variance? You also said no.
no,
And that's true again. 3, is the requested area variance substantial? You wrote no, and doesn't appear to be.
Could you say that again?
The substantiality of the requested variance?
It doesn't seem substantial.
No,
Does it?
I don't think so. Number 4, will the proposed area variance have an adverse effect or impact the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district?
no,
You wrote no, and we agree. Number 5, is the alleged difficulty self-created, which consideration shall be relevant to the decision of the zoning board of appeals, but not necessarily preclude the granting of the requested area variance? You wrote no, and I would say yes, just because of the nature of area variances, that they are usually self-created. And lastly, number 6, what is the minimum area variance deemed necessary and adequate? You wrote 60-inch side yard / accessory building, garage, 1-story wooden frame. Is that what that here?
correct, yeah.
Okay. What is the actual number though? For the
It is 5-foot setbacks.
Oh, it is 6
Yep.
inches then.
60 inches, so he's requesting 36 inches. So it's a reduction in, what is it?
24.
24 inches.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you. Okay. All right, so would someone like to put forth a motion to grant or deny this variance as
I'll make the motion.
Jen makes a motion to grant or deny? Grant. And do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Member Sprata seconds the motion. And if we could have a roll call vote, please.
Member Sprata,
Yes.
Member Yarborough,
Yes?
and Chairman Delaney.
Yes.
3 yes. Variance approved.
I thank you so much.
Congratulations.
I'd like to thank you guys too. I don't know what they pay you, but you guys, it's good to see that citizens will still come out and do something like this. And you gotta see Skyfall. And this is not a gouge, but you look just like Q. Q is the new, but he's a genius, is what he is. And he's the one who gives out the new toys instead of the old Q. M dies. Em actually dies, I forget who the name of the older woman is. She actually dies in it. That's the worst part. I thank you.
All right.
ladies and
Thank you.
gentlemen.
Thank
Make a
you.
motion to close the hearing.
See you when you come in to
Make a
actually file
motion
for
to
the
close
permit.
the hearing.
Yeah, what else?
Motion to close.
Shh, when I
Guys,
go
guys.
back out, I have to come back in.
Guys, just for the purpose
There'll
of
be
the
a couple
minutes,
stipulations too,
Don?
once you get some.
Don?
Hey.
Yep,
for
sorry,
the purpose of the minutes, we're just closing it out.
sure, just give me a
Clear
second.
recording. Just one
I have to
second,
see
my
first,
friend.
I'm gonna talk to you.
Member Sprata made a motion to close the hearing,
I'll second.
seconded by Member Yarborough. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, hearing is closed.
So one of the stipulations, when you go under 60 inches to a property line, you have to fire rate that